The next major thing that I wanted to show you was the speed elements and the various assets of the speed elements. The way that I've brought it up to this almost instantaneous feedback now is a number of things. The one I already mentioned is that I've optimized the code, and before it wasn't optimized. Um, Another element is actually there is an issue with the Ninja control center that I noticed when I was running through this. The trouble that you have is that if you enter orders while the NinjaTrader Control Center is actually opened on the desktop background or in display, it will really impact the performance of your order management, your canceling, your placing. Um, and I think it's because there's some kind of painting happening inside here that shouldn't be. You know, when you add the order, it's essentially dropping it into the list here and then potentially doing a kind of a loop and then repainting everything. Um, I haven't gone to go and look in the code for it, but you know, it's quite obvious when you see that the same issue doesn't impact it when you minimize it, and essentially that's because in .NET, you know, it optimizes itself and it knows that the screen's not in view, so it doesn't have to paint it, so it just ignores paint routines. So I want to quickly show you something here. We go to our YM, and let's just set this onto Sim101. Sorry, that minimize. I'll explain that in a minute why it's doing that. In fact, to do that properly, I'm going to have to switch off the new functionality, which is to auto minimize that control center whenever we put focus on the DOM. So I'm going to switch that off for the moment. And I just want to show you with this control center open how it actually impacts your orders when you place them on the DOM. So I'm going to drop a fair number on here. You know, 30 orders with one clicks, and you'll notice the difference between having the DOM, having the control center open and having it minimized. So we'll drop some on here.
Order pending.
Right, so that was disastrous. You could see, you know, it was literally chugging along through there, trying to change the statuses. I'm not sure if it'll come over on the video, but the vocal was stuttering and stuck, and it wasn't painting that correctly down here. Now that is to do with whatever is going on inside of this screen here of Ninjas when the orders are changed. Now I'll show you similarly if we have to cancel this number of orders. I mean, this is an exaggerated you know, scenario, but it's just exaggerating. It actually shows you how bad it's actually impacting it. So I'm going to cancel all of these now.
Order cancelled.
Right, so you see that it's absolutely horrendous. Now, if I close that screen, let me do exactly the same thing again.
Order pending.
Yeah, absolutely no lag. It's just, you know, the orders are on, the painting is fine. There's no. I'm going to cancel all 30.
Order cancelled.
It's gone. So there is definitely something going on inside of this control center. You know, a loop that shouldn't be there, or some painting that's happening, you know, 100 times over that shouldn't be happening. And there's not much I can do about that because that's within Ninja's binary. I'll report it to them, but most likely it's something that's going to, you know, it looks like a serious underlying issue, and it'll probably be something that continues until the Ninja 8 comes out. So what I've done is, you know, I noticed myself when I was working with it, I thought, okay, that thing's slowing down the orders, but there are times when you forget about it, you know, and I want to put my order in now, and this is sitting in the background, and it's going to be impacting it. So I've included the option now inside of the settings screen. If you go into Ninja API, you can enable this auto hide the control center. And the way that basically works is if the control center is up at any point in time and I move focus to any of the 9G DOMs, because I now want to, you know, enter an order or whatnot, it will automatically close that down for you. So
order
pending.
Sure
that you're going to be getting, you know,
order cancelled. Order pending. Order cancelled.
that sort of performance, you know, instead of the other, you know, the laggy issue. So that's the reason that's like that, and it's probably a bit confusing when you first load Beta 3 without seeing this, because all of a sudden, whenever you click on a 9G screen, it's disabling that. Now, as I said, it's an option, so if you don't like it auto minimizing that, you can switch it off.